time, for any reason.
I got some bad news for you, and I got some hope. I got an action you can take that could actually make a difference, and it could help save health insurance for 10 to 20 million Americans. It could stop Republicans from dooming America to its demise, that is going to raise your health insurance, that is going to raise your energy costs and offer no good to anyone except for the richest Americans. So this bill keeps getting worse. Don't believe me when I say that. Believe Jim McLaughlin, one of Donald Trump's top pollsters. He said Hill Republicans should nix Senate Republicans' deeper Medicaid cuts in the mega bill or risk backlash from voters. So this is Donald Trump's pollster telling you what Donald Trump is probably going to end up telling you, maybe not. We'll see in the end, but he's saying that this bill is too brutal. It was terrible when it got to the House, but why is it so much worse when it gets to the Senate? Because Senate Republicans have no fear of losing their House. Meanwhile, House Republicans have every fear of losing their House, their seats, and their careers. They think this bill is not only so bad, it could cost them the majority. It could also cost them their career. They won't be able to run for city council. Now, why is this bill going to be something that you can actually not ignore? Not just because ICE is beating down your door because there's $140 billion to round up Americans in there. It's not just going to be that. This bill is designed, it's almost designed by the industries, you would say. Could that have actually happened? To make energy costs higher and to make health insurance costs higher. How do they do that? They do that by screwing up the healthcare system entirely in America. Every other country in the world, you can't slip through the cracks. Everyone has health insurance, and they pay less. You know this. But in America, we have Medicaid. It's our stopgap. It's better insurance than a lot of, or as good as private insurance. It's all bad, but it keeps people from slipping from the cracks.
I am not waste. I am not fraud. I am not abuse.
It helps people with medically fragile children, with the toughest situations that they're ever going to be in.
If these programs get cut, I will have no other option but to quit my job and be in a nursing home.
They help all of us when we go into our darkest days. We would need Medicaid, and it would be there for us.
Anybody could need care at any time for any reason. Illness and reasons for Medicaid can be wide, broad, and are often very unexpected. And would you be okay if it was your loved one? Would you have enough money to pay out of pocket?
It's going to ruin all that by adding a job loss penalty, which is just piles of paperwork. This bill is designed to make your health insurance more expensive, and it's designed to make your energy more expensive by killing the clean energy revolution that just was transformative and did so much good in a few years that they may not even be able to ruin it, but they're going to do their best. These are things we're not going to be able to ignore. It's destroying whole industries. It's targeting us. It's a civil war on America, on America's prosperity, on America's advancement, on the safety that you might feel to be a poor American and just be satisfied with a decent enough job and trying to get by when times are tough. They want to get rid of all that. So how do we take advantage of this? Well, first, you got to make sure you call your reps. Everyone tell your reps that if you vote for this, your career is over. But we have to spread the word to those House Republicans that their career is over if they vote for this. Now, will that be good enough? They're going to have Donald Trump yelling at them that whatever this final product means, they need to vote for him. They're going to have millions of people threatening them and their wives.
Phone calls, threats to primaries. And I get all that stuff. It's all right. But you start sending texts to my wife anonymously and calling her anonymously with threats. It's wrong.
It just is what's going to happen. So what can we do about it? How can we try to influence? We can say that, hey, this is not just going to stick with you here. You're not going to be big enough to be a lobbyist. You're not going to. It's not going to change your life in that positive way. What it's going to mean is either you're going to never be involved in politics again, or you're going to have to leave the nice blue area you live in that you chose to live in because you like blue areas better, and you don't want to admit that. These House Republicans are going to try to make this bill even worse. This bill is just in a downward spiral, and at some point, Donald Trump's going to say, "Just pass whatever you have," and when the music stops, this bill is going to be something that is going to stick with vulnerable Republicans for the rest of their lives. We have to make sure they know that in advance, and then make sure if the worst happens that comes true. Things don't just happen in politics. People make them happen. Are you a person who makes things happen, or are you a person who complains about what doesn't happen? We're all a little both, but here's an opportunity to be one of the good ones.